Greetings and welcome to Schein Chats. My name is John Cox. I'm the Vice President of Technology Sales at Schein Dental. And today I'm fortunate to be here with Dr. Gary Kaye. Dr. Kaye is the founder of the New York City Center for Digital Dentistry. And I wanted to talk to Dr. Kaye today because digital dentistry has had a profound impact on his practice. But more importantly, I'd like to get a little bit to share the story about the impact that working with Schein as a partner has had on your practice. So, Dr. Kaye, I really appreciate you taking the time and being here with us today. So tell me about your digital journey. Tell me a little bit where it started and how we came to get where we are today.
Well, first of all, it's really nice to be talking to you, John. I really appreciate the support that you've given our office, that Schein has done over the years as we've developed in digital dentistry. You know, we started way back about 17 years ago doing chairside dentistry. That, to me, when I saw that you could do single visit restorations, it was just a no-brainer, and we've really built the practice around that. And over the years, we've developed a really digital dentistry platform. The practice has grown, and in a major part to our partnership with Schein and the support you've given us.
So and thank you, and it's been a great partnership for both sides for sure. What you talk about single visit dentistry. Significant impact? I mean, tell me, obviously you were one of the early beginners in this stage. Tell me what happened, like how did the patients, did they expect it now? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's interesting, when we started doing chairside single visit dentistry, and there was a small learning curve, which there is with any procedure, once we were able to do it, the patients really didn't want to come back for a second visit. And I always thought in the beginning, it would take a little longer than two-visit dentistry, the actual appointment, and I often gave the patients the option of coming back for a second visit. They could come back the next day or the next week because we would make the restoration chairside. But without question, after a few months, every patient wanted it done in one visit. In fact, if a patient comes in and we don't have time to do a restoration as an emergency, they'd rather come back and do it in one day. They don't want to have the second injection.
Right.
The thrill of not getting...
As much as they like you, they don't want to...
That's correct.
Spend more time at your office
and we've developed with some of your products of really giving painless injections that are buffered, and really it's really not your father's dental practice, sure. But patients still the feeling of being numb. They just don't want to come back for their second visit.
So it's fair to say one of our foundations behind Connect Dental is improving the patient experience, which I think you're just talking about there. But when you implement technology like this, obviously there's a learning curve. There's a training period to get the staff up to speed. Tell us about how important that piece of it and how we did as a company, because we obviously once the system goes in, there's a period of adoption within the practice and implementation stage that we've got to support you, and more important that we're there after the fact, then not only help you make a good decision on what technologies to adopt, but support it moving forward. Tell us a little bit about the journey and what's our grade? How did we do?
Well, I'm glad you asked about that, because that's probably the key, is the starting point. Just saying I'm going to buy a scan and put it in the office is really not the way to go about it. You need a partner like Schein that can go in and evaluate exactly what you need. There's a whole plethora of scanners out there, of multiple chairside systems. When I started, there was only one system, so it's either do CAD, CAM or not. Now, it's not a question of whether. Everyone is going to be doing this technology. There's no question in my mind. We run our practice that way, and I can't imagine dentists in the future not doing it. The question is, who do you use? Who's your partner in this? Who's going to help you select whether you need a scan-only solution, whether you do chairside? If you're going to go scan-only, which system are you going to choose? And then if you're going to go chairside, the same thing. What materials you're going to use? How is it going to work into your practice workflow? So you guys do an incredible job through your consulting, through coming in and really helping us do evaluation, much like you do. We had this great business solutions where you analyzed our practice years ago, right, and really see how we can optimize efficiency, all to be able to provide better service to our patients. Well, the same is true now with technology. We can call on you. You can evaluate really almost like a technology evaluation, what we need, and then they give advice on what to use. And then different systems have different learning curves, have different training programs, which you guys supply, and I think that's really the key to the future of the profession adopting this technology.
Well, you touched on one point, the business solutions piece, and we believe, obviously our mission is we believe in taking care of the practice care so that the dentist, the provider, can take care of the patient care, focus on the patient care, and we live that every day. One of the fundamental things we've done is, and you alluded to it, the practice assessment, the digital practice assessment we do, the Henry Schein practice assessment. We've taken that further. Now we do a facility assessment. We do a digital assessment. We realize that there's a lot of external forces that are impacting dentists today, from insurance and cost of running the business. And we've got to find ways to, and we refer to the three pillars, the patient experience improving. The second piece is helping you deliver more efficient, predictable quality of care. And thirdly, being more efficient in productivity. That whole piece, and when we look at the assessment and come in, we like to phrase it as, don't pick a product, choose a partner. And you refer to the partnership. How important, how much do you lean on that? What does that mean for moving forward? And that not only, we talked about the 5 icons for the Connect Dental, the trusted advice, and you mentioned there's so many products out there to choose from. How does a dentist make sense of which one is best for their practice? Maybe share a little bit about how we help it guide you in that decision making and make the right decision, and then of course stand behind it.
Well, the point you make about being able to provide the best care with the best facility, with the right partners, and to do it in what we would say a financially profitable way, because a lot of this technology is very expensive. So the pressures on the solo practitioner is immense. There's a tremendous, the landscape is very different than when I started practicing 25 years ago. There's compliance, there's insurance, there's marketing, there's a whole list, and having a lot of the solutions that you provide, it seems as though our partnership is that Henry Schein is helping me so that I can grow, help my practice grow, and through our growth, it's a mutual relationship. So we find that you really have to pick the partner that's going to help you with things. It's very, very difficult to get it all right. We really want to be, as you said, I want to be a dentist. I want to treat my patients. All the other pressures I need help with, and that's really where you come in.
Dr. Kaye, I've had the opportunity to visit your practice on multiple occasions, and when I first visited the practice several years ago, it was much smaller.
Yeah.
And you took a roadmap to move your practice digital. You made a commitment to your not only your patients but your team, and you went through some extensive training, and you went through that adoption curve, which is not always easy. You helped them get through that pain of change within the practice, and then since then I've seen this continual growth. You've had tremendous opportunity to bring in other clinicians into your practice, to incorporate the restorative services you provide. How have we played a part in that? How have we helped you make that a little easier?
Well, I would say there's no question it wouldn't have happened without our partnership with Henry Schein. I'm a smart guy, but I just don't get it all. And there's just so many, and I think a general practitioner, there's so many challenges, clinical challenges, advances in science, equipment, to really keep up with everything, and then put on top of that all the other pressures that we have. Those partnerships have really, really helped us. There's no question about it.
That's fabulous. And the other thing we've seen you do is you've added clinical disciplines. You've added implant dentistry. You obviously chairside dentistry, one visit dentistry, orthodontics. You've added disciplines along the way. Was that critical to today's dentists to look at extending the clinical services they offer?
Well, you have to take a really holistic view of the practice and not look at it as single patient visits. The whole patient experience that we're delivering is how are we going to make our patients' lives better? How we get through oral health. And our practice and what we do it's very extensive, whether it's the multidisciplinary, whether it's placing implants and courses and guidance that we've had, or whether it's in orthodontics or any of the specialties, even in the practice management. I would say even more so in the practice management. That's where you really need help, when you have to think of all the things that we do as practice owners, and really there's not many partners out there that can do what you guys have done for us.
Well, it's a two-way relationship.
Right.
Okay, we equally appreciate the relationship, and it's been a growing experience for both of us, for sure. Watching you go through this growth phase and adopting digital and starting with chairside and adding implant and adding ortho and all these other clinical solutions, and helping you provide you the tools you need to do it efficiently, to do it confidently, and make sure your team understands and gets on board. It's been a wonderful experience for us. It really comes down to, when we think in terms of the impact we're having, the impact we really want to have is, at the end of the day, we want to influence and help you deliver a wonderful patient experience, which is the time in your practice is as good as it can be, as great for the patient as it can be. And in addition to that, helping your staff, giving them the tools and the workflows, the clinical workflows, and you mentioned it, to be efficient. The challenges for dentists today, where with the insurance environment, where the external factors are having an impact, we find that some of the most important things are finding a way to deliver the dentistry at the same amount of time, more efficiently in a shorter period, less chair time, so you can deliver more access of care, get more patients into the practice, and deliver the service without compromise on any of the quality, actually hopefully improving the quality and predictability. And that's our mission, to really make sure that we provide you good advice on what tools and procedures can come into practice, how we educate the staff, get them up to speed. How about the connectivity to the laboratory? There's a lot of restorative procedures, and I know you have gotten quite involved in the lab part of the business, but tell me about how important that is from a partnership standpoint, and our connectivity through our partner labs. Maybe we can talk a little bit about that.
Well, I just want to go back to one thing that you just said, and we'll talk about the labs. Dentistry is not easy to do. It's not easy to learn. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to do well. But it's probably one of the most gratifying things when you can do it well. And having all the way technology advances, the tools we have available, allows us to do better dentistry in a shorter time, better for the patient, better patient experience, and really improve their oral health. And now with it, we talk about to the technology with it, we are able to scan the mouth, we're able to send that scan to a laboratory, and they can, while the patient's in the chair, get that information, communicate that with our lab technicians in terms of what kind of restoration we want, even give feedback on the preparation, the design, while the patient is there. Typically, we take an impression and we put it in a box and we send it off to the lab, and 3 days later we get a call from the lab technician and has a question about something that you did 3 days ago. The patient's not there, and if you need to change something, you've got to bring the patient back. So that whole workflow is fantastic, and that really improved the quality of what we're doing, and then ultimately the quality of our patients' lives.
I mean, we're thrilled to be a part of it. We are thrilled to be a part of it. When you think in terms of all the parts of your business we touch, from equipment technology, helping you make good decisions in design of the practice, to supplies, practice management software, an integral part of the piece of the puzzle, or the business opportunity that we run. You're obviously use our software, and that's been a big part of the success as well, I believe.
Well, we use the Dentrix platform, and what's really very exciting, because we use it to communicate with our patients. We use it to really maintain the records. We're a paperless office, and that's with some struggle, but it's been probably one of the best things we've done. But now with DDX, we actually have our digital scans in our patient files, in our patient's chart, in the patient information system. So when we open a patient's chart, and just the other day we were looking to see what kind of restoration was done, we opened the chart, and from the chart we pulled the scan. So the virtual impression is right there for communication, for storage, and really just to have accessibility to that, and that's really fantastic.
I think we're running short on time. Dr. Kaye, I want to sum it up by saying that the partnership has been fabulous. We have enjoyed the partnership that you provided us, and we hope that we provided you the tools, the resources, the direction, the support, ongoing support, excuse me, to take your practice to the next level, to deliver that great quality of care to the patient, which is obviously the most important. I can't thank you enough for the partnership we've had, and continue to give us guidance on how we can do deliver our roles better. It's been a great partnership. With that, I'd like to summarize and say, I hope you'll join us again at Schein Chats. We've had the opportunity to speak with Dr. Kaye today, who's given us a little bit of a glimpse in don't pick a product, choose a partner. And we hope you'll choose Henry Schein as your partner. And we welcome you back to Schein Chats for the next session. Have a great, wonderful day, and keep delivering quality care to those patients. Thank you.